Gentlemen, we're going to review defense and slide packages. So I'll let this video play through at regular speed. The opponent just shot the ball. We made a great save. The ball went out of the end line. They recovered possession coming off the end line. They're going to go straight into a dodge from X, and we don't get a slide, and so they get the dump and score. So rewinding this, let's focus first on the most important thing in playing defense, which is position. The system we use is P4S, and the P stands for position. And so it's crucial that we have proper position. It's difficult to see in this video, but the opponent is in blue, and our on-ball defender is back here behind the goal. You're going to be able to see him in a few seconds here when we go forward in slow motion. But this opponent is right-handed, and so as they bring the ball in off the end line, remember this is a dead ball start after a shot chase to the end line, we should be starting our defense from all the way over, taking away their left hand. Or, I'm sorry, their right hand by positioning ourselves on their left side as we face that opponent. So we need to have a defender over here, forcing that player to come around with their left hand versus giving them the opportunity to dodge easily with their right hand. And so you just heard the whistle, and as you can see, now you can see our player come into view here. We are defending dead on line. I call it nose to nose. Our nose is lined up, centered on the opponent's nose, which means we are allowing the opponent to choose which way they want to go. They can go right or left. It's entirely up to them, and we don't want them to have that choice. We want to take that away and defend it from their strong hand side. So here comes the dodge. Now, let's talk about the slide package. Right now, the slide should be arriving at this player because here's goal line extended. This play, the opponent is still about 2 steps behind goal line extended, and we need our slide to arrive right at goal line extended when they get there, which means they should have already left by now. So let's rewind and see who the hot slide should be. So again, before the whistle is even blown, the ball is still coming in off the end line, we have an opponent here on the crease. So in a crease slide package, which is what we typically run, we're going to need the defender of the crease opponent to be the hot slide. So we should have come from here. Now if we watch in slow motion, we can see that our 2 slide comes down from the top. So the player that I just circled in red is guarding this man right here. And so the 2 slide is already pre-positioned to cover their 2 slide, which is exactly what we want. Now here comes the whistle and the dodge. You can still see where in red our 2 slide is close enough to be able to cover this player if the feed comes that way. And our hot slide doesn't go. Now this is just a simple miscommunication. What probably happened here is we didn't know who the hot slide was. We weren't calling out who the hot slide was, and that's why communication is so crucial. Some other good things that happened. This player is collapsed in, helping to the crease. This player is collapsed in on the roof of the house or the walls of the house, and so even though they're not part of the slide package, they're still in on the house helping, either the walls, the floor, or the roof of the house, which is exactly what we want. So again, in review, our defensive system is P4S, right? P stands for position. The first S is for stance. The second S is for step, which is your footwork. The third S stands for shout, which means communicate. And then the last S is your stick. And so I want to emphasize that the shout component, which is to communicate, is crucial, especially on a dead ball start. We should have the opportunity to settle up and clearly communicate our roles and responsibilities as far as the 1 slide, the 2 slide, and if need be, even the 3 slide. So again, lessons learned here: position when we're back at X. Okay, take away their strong hand. Don't defend centered nose to nose. And the second major lesson is to communicate our roles in the slide package so that we can slide early and help each other in team defense. So playing this through at regular speed, we're going to see the ball move back to X. Here comes the dodge. They're going to dodge our left pipe and score on a shallow angle shot with a backhand. So a couple things to learn here. First and foremost, it's crucial that we always recognize that we have to defend with the P4S concept. And so we're going to talk first about position. Position is crucial, and you're going to see why here. Now, ball gets back to X. So right now, the player with the ball, I'm going to use blue for the bad guys. The player with the ball is right-handed, and we know that because of the course of this game. Our defender is currently positioned just slightly to the left of that man, taking away that right hand. That's a good place to be. But what I want you to watch what happened. As this player repositions themselves, and this shallow cut comes underneath. So this player here, for the bad guys, is just running a shallow cut underneath of his teammate with the ball. And through that shallow cut, all of a sudden, before that dodge started, I'll rewind it, right before this dodge started, we are now defending straight on. Our player is straight on, nose to nose with this opponent. We don't want to be that way. We want to have our position be on the left side of that line that I drew. So we want to defend a right-hander at X being positioned to our left, taking away their right hand. So that's the first thing to learn in this video. Now, nonetheless, they dodge to their left hand. Let's talk about the slide package. So when we have a player, an opponent on the crease, we want to slide from the crease. So there's an opponent on the crease, and there's another one over here. So one of the two defenders of those opponents, either this defender or this defender, is the hot slide. Now when they have two people on the crease, we have a hot slide. We'll say this is 1. We have a 2 slide, and we also need a 3 slide that comes from somewhere along the top to help out down on the crease. So as we play this through in slow motion, we see that this player right here is geared up to be the hot slide. And so we're going to label them number 1. This player here is already in position to be a 2 slide. They can cover the opponent players on the crease, okay, 1 and 2 on the crease. So our hot slide number 2 is going to take one of them. But here's the challenge. We have 2 players who are out of position right now. I'm going to rewind so you can see it. This player right here is supposed to be guarding this player. And this player right here is supposed to be guarding the topside player. There. And what happens is this player starts to show as the hot slide. And this player is coming down the cover on the 2. So this player looking to be the hot, this player looking to be the 2 slide down to the wing attackman over there. And so we in essence have, on this side of the ball, we have a 1 and a 2 slide, and over here we're also showing a 1 and a 2 slide. So we need to be clear on whether we're sliding from the crease or we're sliding across from the opposite wing. Okay, we're either sliding this way or down from the crease. In this case, we would want to slide down from the crease. And nonetheless, both of the players slide late. So The time to slide is when the opponent is still several steps behind goal line extended, so that you can meet the opponent at or behind goal line extended, below goal line extended, and prevent penetration to the top side where they can get off this shot.